In this video, we'll cover all you need to know before traveling to Paris, including where are all the major attractions, the best times to visit, where to stay and for how long, public transportation, how much things cost, power plugs and outlet styles used in France, best apps to use, best views of the city, and other practical information. This video is sponsored by Septix, the #1 brand for travel adapters on Amazon. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel and enable notifications, and share your own experience and recommendations or ask a question in the comments below. We also created a mobile-friendly PDF document covering all the things in this video, plus top 20 things to do in Paris, including multiple maps. Here are 16 essential tips to know before you visit Paris. Number 16. The map of Paris. Paris is situated in the northern part of France, on the river Seine. For orientation, let's start with the Eiffel Tower. North of the Eiffel Tower, you will find the Arc de Triomphe and the famous shopping street Champs-Élysées. Les Invalides, containing museums and monuments related to the history of France, as well as Napoleon's tomb, is located east of the Eiffel Tower. The two most famous museums in Paris, the Louvre Museum and Musée d'Orsay, are located close to each other on the opposite side of Seine. The Centre Pompidou, a complex housing the National Museum of Modern Art, a library and a music center, is about a 15-minute walk from the Louvre Museum. If you go south of Place Georges Pompidou, you'll find Ile de la Cité, where the Notre Dame Cathedral is located. South of Notre Dame, you will find the Luxembourg Gardens, Montparnasse, which offers an amazing view of the city, and the Catacombs of Paris, underground ossuaries holding the remains of more than 6 million people. The Canal Saint-Martin is located northeast of the city center. Père Lachaise Cemetery is situated in the eastern part. Montmartre, famous for its Sacré-Cœur Basilica, and Moulin Rouge is located in the north. The financial district, La Défense, Europe's largest purpose-built business district, is located in the west. Normally, you will arrive at one of the following airports: Charles de Gaulle Airport, the city's main international airport, Orly Airport, or Beauvais-Thiers, and smaller Chalon-Vatry Airport, which are mostly used for low-budget airlines. There are 7 major train stations in Paris, one of which is Gare du Nord, the hub for arrival and departure from the city via local rail system and Eurostar. Check out our travel guide for more information. Versailles, the principal royal residence of France until the start of the French Revolution, is situated approximately 12 miles or 20 kilometers from the center of Paris, while Disneyland is around 25 miles or 40 kilometers from the city center. Paris is a big city. To get a better sense of the distance, a 2.2-mile or 3.5-kilometer walk from the Eiffel Tower to the Louvre Museum takes about 45 minutes. If you walk and take the public transportation, it takes about 35 minutes. In addition, a 3.3-mile or 5.3-kilometer walk from Arc de Triomphe to Notre Dame takes about 1 hour and 10 minutes, whereas a combination of walking and using the public transportation takes about 20 minutes. Number 15. Weather and climate. Paris has oceanic climate with cold winters and hot summers. Rain is frequent all year round. Although temperatures typically range between 37 and 50 degrees Fahrenheit or 3 and 10 degrees Celsius, it can be snowy in the winter. Because Paris is located in Northern Europe, the days get shorter in late October and November. Plan accordingly to enjoy your day trip or outdoor activities as much as possible. Weather in the spring is unpredictable, with temperatures ranging between 45 and 68 degrees Fahrenheit or 7 and 20 degrees Celsius. Summers are humid with possible thunderstorms during the day. Usually temperatures range between 57 and 79 degrees Fahrenheit or 14 and 26 degrees Celsius, but the humidity can make Paris feel warmer. On some days, the temperature rises above 90 degrees Fahrenheit or 32 degrees Celsius. In the fall, temperatures vary widely from 43 to 70 degrees Fahrenheit or 6 to 21 degrees Celsius. The temperature and weather can be different at the time of your visit, so remember to check the weather forecast before you travel. Number 14. Best time to visit. The best time to visit Paris is in the spring from April to June, or in the fall from October to early November. At this time of year, the weather is mild and the tourist crowds are relatively small. Early December, January and February are the cheapest months to visit Paris. Probably the least convenient time to visit Paris is August, when there are crowds everywhere. But don't worry, since Paris is one of the most beautiful cities in the world, you'll have a great time regardless of the season. And how can you figure out the best days and hours to see the attractions? Just check Google to see how crowded a specific location is at a certain time of day. Of course, we recommend going early during the week and in the morning. Number 13. Length of stay. Many travelers stay in Paris for 3 days and try to see the highlights of this beautiful city in this short period. While you can visit most major attractions in 3 days, if you don't want to be in a hurry, we recommend staying at least 1 or 2 extra days. Number 12. Where to stay and cost of accommodation. Some of the best neighborhoods to stay in Paris are Saint-Germain, Latin Quarter, the 7th arrondissement, the 1st arrondissement, Montmartre, Gare du Nord. If you want an authentic experience and don't mind spending more on your accommodation, stay close to the Louvre, Marais, Eiffel Tower or Champs-Élysées. If you want to save some money, you can stay a little further away from these areas. Just be sure to check if there is a metro station nearby so you can easily reach the city center. The average price of a hotel room in Paris is around 170 euros or $190 per night. For budget hotels, prices average around 100 euros or $112. Again, these are all the average prices, and the ranges for different hotel categories are quite wide. However, with a little research online, you can get better deals, especially if your dates are flexible and you don't travel in high season. Check out our video on the best apps for booking your stay. Number 11. Crowds and lines. Paris is among Europe's most crowded cities. You can feel this when you're on the metro during rush hours or at the museum like the Louvre on the weekend. Despite the crowds, it normally doesn't feel hectic in Paris. Number 10. Language and useful expressions. The language spoken in Paris is of course French. Here are some French expressions that always come in handy. Bonjour or hello, good day. Au revoir, goodbye. Merci, thank you. Je ne comprends pas, I don't understand. Excusez-moi, or excuse me, sorry. Find more useful French expressions in our travel guide. Number 9. Transportation. From and to the airport. To get to and from Charles de Gaulle Airport, use any of the following options: metro and train, bus, taxi, Uber, transfers and shuttles, or a car rental. For Orly Airport, you can use train, bus, taxi, Uber and shuttles, and car rentals. Check out our travel guide for links and additional information on all airports. Arriving by train. If you're arriving to Paris by train, you will normally arrive at the Gare du Nord station, which is, as the name suggests, located in the northern part of the city. Check which train station is closest to your specific destination in Paris. Arriving by car. If you're arriving in Paris by car, consider booking a hotel or an apartment with parking space or a garage nearby. Parking at a public car park costs from €2.50 to €4 per hour, while daily rates range between €15 and €48. Getting around the city. Paris is well covered with public transportation. However, you'll still have to walk a lot, so bring comfortable shoes. Public transportation includes metro or underground, tram, RER Suburban Express train and Suburban Railway, bus, and the night bus. The city is divided into zones. For the city centers, a one-way ticket costs €1.90. Price of Paris Visit ranges from €12 to €65.80, depending on zones covered and duration. Of course, you can always use taxi, and there are many other means of transportation in Paris, such as hop-on, hop-off buses, boat rides, bikes, electric scooters, etc. See our travel guide for links and other useful information. Number 8. general information. Here are some other things you should know for a nice and easy experience in Paris. Drinking water. It is totally safe to drink tap water in Paris. There are hundreds of free drinking water points throughout the city, including traditional wall-less fountains, toilets. There are around 400 automatic public toilets in Paris. They are high-tech, self-cleaning, and mostly free. Free Wi-Fi. Paris Wi-Fi is a free service that gives users access to a high-speed wireless internet connection. Number 7. For international travelers. Travel adapters. If you're coming from outside Europe or from the UK, you will probably need a special European travel adapter to charge your phone and other devices. This is what a French power plug looks like. We recommend purchasing a travel adapter before traveling to Paris. In fact, it is worth buying a universal travel adapter so that you can use it in other countries too. This video is sponsored by Septix, the #1 choice for international travelers to and from the US when it comes to travel adapters. The adapter we use the most is the Septix Mini Travel Power Strip. With multiple attachments, it allows us to charge up to 4 devices at once, which is convenient considering most hotel rooms only have few outlets. Also, we can just bring the right attachment in a pouch. Visit Septix's user-friendly website and find adapters that fit your needs. We've also made a video about travel adapters and outlet styles around the world. The link is in the description. Prepaid SIM cards. You can purchase a prepaid SIM card to access the internet on your phone. Some options provided by local carriers are the Orange Prepaid Holiday SIM card, SFR Prepaid SIM card, and Le French Mobile Prepaid SIM card. Alternatively, you can consider renting a mobile hotspot. If you're from the US and travel a lot, consider using Google Fi. Currency. Like most other European cities, Paris uses the euro. At the time of making of this video, 1 euro is worth approximately $1.14 or 89 pence. Check the exchange rate before traveling. Time zone. Paris uses Central European Summer Time or GMT+2. Most countries in continental Europe also use this time zone. Number 6. Safety. Paris is generally a safe destination, but there are some neighborhoods to avoid, especially at night. More in our travel guide. And typical for all major cities around the world, beware of pickpockets, especially around major attractions. Watch your valuables and use common sense. For emergency services, dial 112. Number 5. Best apps to use in Paris. Here is a list of useful apps. Wi-Fi Map or Wi-Fi Finder, which helps you find Wi-Fi throughout Paris. Google Maps or Apple Maps for walking, driving, and using public transportation. Google Maps also lets you download maps, which is a great option if you don't want to use roaming. Uber or Hitch to get a ride in the city. Tap to locate the closest water fountain. Toilets in Paris to find public toilets. The Fork, which allows you to make restaurant reservations in real time. TripAdvisor and Yelp for restaurant, hotel, museum, and tour reviews. Next stop Paris for public transportation options and practical information on tourist attractions. Lime to rent an electric scooter. Check out our travel guide for links to download these apps on iOS and Android and for more app suggestions. Number 4. Free city tours. A great way to discover Paris is to join a walking tour organized by professional guides who know a great deal about the city's rich history. Some providers even offer free walking tours. However, at the end of the tour, it is recommended to make a donation. See our travel guide for links to websites of free guided tours and other interesting tours of Paris. Number 3. Paris City Pass. Paris offers the Paris Pass, which allows you to save money if you plan to visit several museums and other attractions and want to skip the line at some sites. Check our travel guide for current prices and links. Number 2. Food prices and tipping. Paris can be as cheap or as expensive as you want it to be. For dining, we suggest using Yelp or TripAdvisor to find nearby places with good reviews. Try to avoid restaurants next to major tourist sites. On average, a coffee costs between 3 and 6 euros. The price of an inexpensive restaurant meal ranges from 10 to 20 euros for lunch and 15 to 25 euros for dinner. A glass of wine costs between 4 and 6 euros, a beer between 5 and 8 euros, and a soda between 3,50 euros and 5,50 euros. At a bakery, you'll pay at least 1 euro for a croissant and about 1,40 euro for a delicious macaron. 3 to 7 euros for a takeaway crepe. There are some great cheap eats in Paris. Check out our guide for a list of best inexpensive dining places such as Le Bouillon Chrétien, Le Bistrot des Augustins, and Crazy Pasta. Tipping. Service charge is included in your bill, so tipping is not mandatory. Still, a 5 to 10% tip is appreciated at restaurants. And leaving pocket change is considered acceptable at cafes and bars. You can choose to buy food and drinks at a grocery store or fresh fruits at a local street market to hold down costs a bit. Use Google Maps or a similar app to locate a store or market near you. Number 1. Best views of the city. You can enjoy amazing views of Paris from one of the following places: Sacré-Cœur, Eiffel Tower, Montparnasse, Arc de Triomphe, Galerie Lafayette. Check out our travel guide for more places with amazing free and paid views of the city and maps to easily locate them. Our travel guide is a mobile-friendly PDF document that you can store on your phone for offline use. It covers top 10 things to do in Paris plus 10 additional attractions and includes maps, links, opening hours, and other information that will help make your travel to Paris stress-free. By purchasing our travel guide, you are also helping us sustain this channel. So big thank you for that. And don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and enable notifications so that we can keep bringing you more awesome content.